All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're doing an executive summary on a really significant investment opportunity that's emerging in India's agro-business sector. We're talking about the Kerala Agro Business Company, or KABCO for short. This is a big one, so let's jump straight into the investment case.
So, to really get why CABCO is such a potential game changer, you first have to understand the problem it's designed to fix. For years, agriculture in Kerala has been stuck, really. You've got these fragmented supply chains, farmers with limited ways to get their products to market, and incomes that just haven't been growing. It's this cycle of inefficiency that CABCO was literally created to break. Okay, so that's the problem. What's the fix? Well, CABCO is being positioned as the engine that's going to transform this entire sector. And here's the core idea, which is pretty compelling. This is not just another government scheme. CABCO is a public-private partnership. It's designed to blend the government's vision for scale and stability with the sharp, efficient management you get from the private sector. And the really crucial part? Farmers are built in as partners, not just suppliers. That changes the entire dynamic. Now, if you're an investor, the first question you're always going to ask is about stability and risk. So let's dig into how CABCO's foundation is actually designed to de-risk the whole thing right from the start. Let's look at the equity breakdown. The government of Kerala holds the biggest single piece at 33%. That gives it a solid public mandate and a ton of stability. But look closer. Farmers and their organizations, when you add them up, actually hold a majority stake of 42%. This isn't just symbolic, it's a brilliant strategic move. It guarantees buy-in from the ground up. For an investor, this shared ownership model is huge because it means every single stakeholder has skin in the game. And, this model isn't some crazy, untested idea. It's actually inspired by the huge success of the Cochin International Airport, CIAL, which is a globally recognized PPP model. Having that precedent is so important. It proves that this exact framework can work and work well right there in Kerala. A solid model is great, but a concrete plan is what actually generates returns. KABCO has a very tangible, very detailed roadmap for growth. And now we're going to get into the numbers. We're talking about a proposed capital outlay of 695 crore rupees. And this isn't just a number plucked out of the air. It's all earmarked for specific infrastructure projects that will become the backbone of the company. Projections are already showing a break-even timeline of about 5 to 7 years for these core assets, which is pretty compelling.
So where's all that money going? The strategy is smart, it's two-pronged. You'll have a centralized agro tower. Think of it as the nerve center for marketing, branding, and new ideas. And then you'll have these decentralized agro parks, which are the specialized hubs out in the field doing the production and processing. It's a classic hub-and-spoke model, built for maximum efficiency.
And again, these aren't just concepts on a slide. The plan is super specific. A banana and honey park in Thrissur, coconut hubs in Kozhikode. You get the picture. For investors, this is where the ROI starts to look really clear. The high-value chains, especially those coconut hubs in the banana park, are expected to deliver the fastest returns. The goal is to boost farmer incomes by up to 30% while also securing strong margins for the company. So win-win. We've got the model, we've got the plan, but any investment case really comes down to the people who have to execute it. So let's take a look at the leadership tasked with making KABCO happen. At the helm as additional managing director is Saju K. Surendran. He's a senior officer from the Indian Economic Service, which is a big deal, and he brings more than 18 years of high-level experience to the role. If you look at his career path, it's pretty clear he's been building towards something like this. From his early days in the IES to managing the Cochin Special Economic Zone and serving as a director for the Government of India, he has deep experience in exactly these kinds of complex, multi-stakeholder projects. And what's really key here is his specific expertise. He's not just an administrator, he's a reformer. He has a proven track record in driving real governance reforms. That's the exact skill set you need to blend a public vision with private sector efficiency and actually deliver results. Of course, no investment is ever risk-free, and any credible plan has to be transparent about the potential hurdles. KABCO seems to be doing just that. So the big question on every investor's mind is always, what are the operational risks? Well, for a plan this ambitious, the most significant risk, especially early on, often boils down to one thing: land acquisition. And KABCO is tackling this head-on. The process is already moving, with proposals being reviewed and documentation underway. The secret weapon here is that the state is a key partner, which means there are dedicated task forces in place specifically to streamline this process and cut through the usual red tape. It turns a potential red flag into a managed, monitored action plan. So, to wrap up the investment case, it really stands on three core pillars. You've got a proven public-private partnership model that's worked before. You have a concrete 695 crore rupee infrastructure plan with a clear path to profitability. And you have seasoned, reform-minded leadership that knows how to get it done. And that really brings us to the final thought here. KABCO isn't just about one company. It's about a potential new template for how agriculture is done in India. So the question for investors isn't just about the return on capital. It's about whether this is the moment to get in on the ground floor of something that could redefine an entire sector. The model is sound, the plan is ready, the opportunity is right here.